Good morning, this is Mrs. Havens, and today is Monday, January 24th, and I'm going to tell you what you're going to do in reading and in spelling today. So on Mondays, we start off with our story of the week, and the story of the week this week is Farmer and the Donkey, so you are going to need your reader out. You will not need your workbook, but if you need to pause this video in order to get your reader, do so at this time. Farmer and the Donkey starts on page 78. On Mondays, the teacher reads a story out loud to you, but since you're at home, you and your parent can read this actually together because it is a play. And we have planned a little reader's theater this week because it has a cast of characters which you will be able to participate with. So in this story today, a farmer is going to take his donkey to a market, and he follows the advice of each person that he meets along the way. And he learns that maybe it's not such a good idea to try to please everyone. And it definitely has some funny parts and pictures in it, so I know you'll like it. Some questions that you can go over with your child today. And if you're watching this by yourself, some questions that you need to answer out loud or be thinking about as you read the story. One thing is, what do farmers usually do with donkeys? And a lot of kids said today when we read this that they are used for pulling a cart. They're very strong, and some donkeys are actually used to ride on. In this story, it is a folk tale. And like I said earlier, it's a reader's theater or drama. So you have a narrator. And think about a narrator in the story. Actually, in the reader's theater. I'm used to saying story. The narrator's job. When you find the word narrator in the cast and throughout the reader's theater, please remember that the narrator gives details and extra information about the story. It's not really a character in the story where you have to read with expression. That's the only one that does not read with expression in this Farmer and the Donkey this week. So look at the cast of characters, discuss what the characters might be doing for a living, like what does a tailor do, Tailor, and we talked about that today. That's a person who mends or sews, could be shoes or clothing. What does a blacksmith do, and what does a miller do? So today you are reading with your parents the story of the week, and it starts on page 78, and it does have questions after each act. They aren't parts, they're acts. Because it is a reader's theater, there are some questions at the end of the story and in the middle, so you can answer those out loud. So they are found in the middle of the story, after Act 1, and at the end. So you're going to read pages 78 through page 91 today. And that is your reading. You have no reading workbook page on Mondays. Okay. Also, what you'll be doing today in spelling is your new word list. And this week you have 23 words you're going to be tested on, plus 2 bonuses. List 17 is where it starts, the longer list, and it will continue through the rest of the year. I want you to look at your spelling book on page 66. So if you don't have your spelling book out, please pause the video and go get your spelling book. Okay, on page 66 is a list of words. There are pattern words, and I want you to look for the pattern at this time. The pattern is that there are suffixes, which are word endings, and you have a base word, and then you have CH, SH, SS, X, or ZZ. And this is a review from English, actually, because you will notice that ES has to be added to those endings. You can't just add an S. So the word scratch, you would have to add ES. All the way down, wish, fix, that has to add ES. And then some of them have ES already added, like glasses and fizzes, pitches, mixes, dishes. branches, presses, and boxes. So just remember, when you add ES to a word that ends in CH, SH, SS, X, or ZZ, you must add ES to the base word. So you are going to complete pages 66 and 67 in your spelling workbook today. Thank you.